The courtroom at Arlington National Cemetery's administrative building is a study in solemnity, its polished wood paneling and brass fixtures reflecting the weight of military tradition. Rows of officers in dress uniforms sit in silence, their eyes fixed on the defendant's table, where Sergeant Elias Kane, a tomb guard of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, stands rigid in his immaculate dress blues. The sentinel badge on his chest gleams under the fluorescent lights, a symbol of honor now under scrutiny. At 32, Kane's face is weathered beyond his years, his jaw set, his hazel eyes unyielding despite the accusations hanging over him. The gallery buzzes with whispers from reporters and military personnel, all drawn to the unprecedented trial of a tomb guard accused of desecrating the tomb of the unknown soldier. Before we dive into this story, where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments. And if you believe that values like honor, courage, and sacrifice still matter, join us in keeping their legacy alive. Judge Advocate General Colonel Lawrence Whitaker, a stern man of 55 with a neatly trimmed mustache and a chest full of medals, earned mostly in boardrooms, presides from the bench. His voice cuts through the room like a blade. Sergeant Elias Kane, you stand accused of abandoning your post at the tomb of the unknown soldier on the night of March 14, 2025, an act of gross misconduct and desecration of a sacred duty. How do you plead? Kane's voice is steady, each word deliberate. Not guilty, sir. The gallery shifts uncomfortably. Major Rachel Torres, Kane's defense counsel, rises from her seat beside him, a sharp-eyed woman of 38, her dark hair pulled into a tight bun. She radiates confidence despite the uphill battle. Your Honor, the defense requests that the charges be clarified. Sergeant Kane's actions were in response to a perceived threat consistent with his training as a sentinel. Whitaker's eyes narrow, his tone dripping with disdain. Major Torres, the tomb guard's duty is absolute. 21 steps, 21 seconds, no deviations. Your client left his post without authorization. That's not protection, that's dereliction. Torres holds her ground. With respect, Your Honor, the prosecution's narrative omits critical context. We intend to prove Sergeant Kane acted to safeguard the tomb. Whitaker leans back, unimpressed. Proceed, Colonel Hargrove. Colonel James Hargrove, the prosecutor, a wiry man with a hawkish face, steps forward. He gestures to a technician who activates a screen displaying grainy security footage. The video shows Kane in full ceremonial uniform, breaking his precise march at the tomb, hesitating, then moving swiftly toward a shadowed area near the memorial. The timestamp reads 00047. Hargrove's voice is clinical. On the night in question, Sergeant Kane abandoned his post for nearly 3 minutes, violating the sacred protocols of the tomb guard. This footage is undeniable proof of his failure. Torres interjects, her voice firm. Objection, Your Honor. The footage lacks context. Sergeant Kane was responding to a suspicious object as per his training under Sentinel Protocol 17. Whitaker's gavel cracks. Overruled. The court will hear the prosecution's case. Continue, Colonel. Hargrove paces before the bench. Sergeant Kane, you've served as a tomb guard for 3 years, correct? Kane nods. Yes, sir. Hargrove smirks faintly. And you're aware that leaving your post even for a moment is grounds for immediate dismissal from the old guard. Kane's eyes don't waver. I'm aware, sir, but I acted to protect the tomb. Hargrove scoffs. Protect? By abandoning the very post you swore to uphold? Tell me, Sergeant, what was so urgent that you broke a century of tradition? Kane's jaw tightens, but he remains composed. I observed an object near the tomb that appeared suspicious. I followed protocol to assess and report it. Hargrove turns to the screen, freezing the footage on Kane's silhouette moving away from the tomb. This object? You mean the one later identified as a discarded water bottle, hardly a threat to national security. The gallery murmurs. Torres rises again. Your Honor, the prosecution is misrepresenting the situation. At the time, Sergeant Kane had no way of knowing the object's nature. His actions were prudent. Whitaker's voice is sharp. Major, your client's judgment is not on trial. His actions